Mark chapter 13. As Jesus was leaving the temple, one of his disciples said to him, "Look, teacher, what massive stones, what magnificent buildings." "Do you see all these great buildings?" replied Jesus. "Not one stone here will be left on another. Everyone will be thrown down." As Jesus was sitting on the Mount of Olives opposite the temple, Peter, James, John, and Andrew asked him privately, "Tell us, when will these things happen? And what will be the sign that they are all about to be fulfilled?" Jesus said to them, "Watch out that no one deceives you. Many will come in my name, claiming, 'I am he,' and will deceive many. When you hear of wars and rumors of wars, do not be alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come. Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be earthquakes in various places and famines. These are the beginning of birth pains."
Mark chapter 13 verses 1 to 8. I'm standing outside Durban House on Durban Road in the parish of South Bersted, where it's my privilege to be the vicar. This building is run by West Sussex County Council, and one of the many activities that takes place here is the registration of births. But before a new life can be celebrated and registered, the birth has to take place. And when Jesus speaks about what his disciples can expect to happen, what it would look like on earth, one of the analogies he uses is that of labour pains, birth pangs. You know, it's not uncommon for a pregnant mother to have contractions, to have a tightenings as the body prepares to push baby's head out. Sometimes there's backache, sometimes there's a show, sometimes the waters break, sometimes there's a sense of wanting to go to the toilet. All of these are part of the body preparing to give birth. Labour pains, birth pangs. There is often a painful experience before the new birth. And what Jesus wants his disciples to be prepared for is the fact that heaven will not be on earth right away. There will be wars, there will be rumours of wars, there will be famines, there will be earthquakes. Yes, there will even be pandemics. All before we get to the bit where we can then experience that life everlasting, that new birth, if you like. So Jesus wants his disciples to be absolutely forewarned and forearmed about what they can expect. Some of what he talks about is going to be fulfilled very soon, but there's a kind of a telescoping as they look forward to what also they can expect much further down the track, before Jesus' second coming, before the end of the world. So some of the disciples are super impressed about the temple building. And yes, it was one of the marvellous wonders of the ancient world, if you like. Some of the stones were massive. And yet Jesus is saying, do you know what? Don't get terribly impressed about buildings. It's never all been about buildings. And actually, all of the stonework, all of the building of the temple was all going to come crashing down. It would have passed its usefulness. So don't get distracted by things that are not really of first importance. Jesus wants his disciples to be warned that there will be all sorts of false people claiming that they can bring about heaven on earth, when actually, before we get to the real heaven, just like a pregnant woman experiencing labour pains, there will be all sorts of difficulties along the way. Father, thank you for the honesty of the warnings that Jesus gives about what it is that we can expect. Before a new birth can be registered and enjoyed and celebrated and experienced, there will be birth pangs, there will be labour pains. Thank you that you are in control. You've got this, even a global pandemic. So may I not be surprised by what happens in this earth now before Jesus comes again. Amen.